Those who cannot change their minds cannot change anything. This is Success with Srini.
Let's start today's podcast with a question. And the question is, how many times have you heard the saying, success is revenge? I have no idea who said it for the first time, but I've heard this multiple times as a kid. And then later on, as I started doing seminars, workshops, I've seen speakers say this. And that was my understanding for a long time. And knowing what I know, which is not a lot, by the way, but my today's understanding is success is not revenge. Forgiveness is revenge. Forgiveness is best revenge. Frederick Lance, an incredible software developer, musician, and later on an American Buddhist himself. He said, forgiveness is best revenge. Last week, I did a podcast episode. I said, focus on what matters the most. And prior to that, on a radio show, I talked about this. I said, in order to have a happy life, you need to forget, forgive, and forward yourself. Now let's understand what revenge is and how it works. See, somebody does something incorrect to us. By default, the human system wants to balance it out. And most of the times, we balance it out by seeking similar kind of an impact. So if somebody hurts, my uninformed response is, I need to balance it out. So I want to hurt them. So once I hurt them, it's going to become equal. It balances itself out. Now, in any situation, you have two people, a victim and a transgressor. The victim, upon getting the pain or the suffering, wants to balance this because the victim has been inflicted with the damage. And at that point, the victim does seek out or search for similar kind of a damage that they want to inflict on the transgressor. Well, instead of seeking to inflict, the suggestion here is we find forgiveness. You see, searching for something means, or seeking something means, that you're not sure if it's there or not, but you have to look for it. But when you are trying to find something, that means you know it's there. So that means forgiveness is a findable thing. It's there everywhere. Forgiveness is there. You don't need to search for it. It's within you. All you have to do is find it. It's easy to find forgiveness than to search for a similar or a higher damage that you want to inflict. The best definition of forgiveness that I read many, many years ago was forgiveness means to erase, to forego what is due, to give up resentment, to wipe the slate clean, to release from a debt, to cancel punishment, to personally accept the price of reconciliation, to give up all claims on one who has hurt you and let go the emotional consequences of that hurt. D.A. Batista said, one of the most lasting pleasures you can experience is the feeling that comes over you when you genuinely forgive an enemy, whether he knows it or not. All the things come into play. Forgiveness does come into play. And we can't do that because somebody is coming in and saying, I have this pain. That means I want to inflict somehow. I want to take some revenge. I don't know how. And as a therapist, now that they are not there, that individual who inflicted the pain is not there, then listen, they're not there. Why not we go through a forgiveness sequence and forgive this enemy completely? They don't know you did. They may never know. But you, your mind, your heart, your soul knows that you are forgiven. And by doing that, you now, from this point on, will start living a happier life, somewhat a fulfilled life. My message on today's podcast for you is that I want you to start developing your own forgiveness sequence. Wherever, as much as you can, try applying forgiveness and see what it does to you. Do it for a short time, just as an experiment, and see how amazing life becomes. That's all for now. I'll talk to you soon.